Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to expose things that I really hate most, or things that really irritates me with my Palauan husband. This is not really a hate video. This is just about the little things that I really hate most. Before I made this video, I really talked to him and asked him if I can expose something a little bit about uh, this kind of stuff that I'm going to discuss today. This one is merely based on my experience, my own experience, and only for good vibes. This is just a personal observation of mine. Hello everyone, welcome back on my channel. Today, I'm going to expose things that really annoyed me, that I really don't like with my Palauan husband. First of all, this is mainly based on my experience, and it's not really a hate thing. It's just that something that really annoyed me. And being with a Palauan husband, there are so many things. I think even if you're not married to a Palauan, most of us ladies, it's so irritating, especially when your husband snores too much. And for me, if I don't fall asleep first before him, he really snores so loud in my ears that I could not sleep the whole night, and it's bothering me too much. And it's not really a hate thing, but it's really irritating me. The next one that I really hate most is when he's drinking and he fall asleep like this. Even if he's gonna be sitting in the couch, or even if he's in the car, he will fall asleep. The good thing is he doesn't sleep while driving. He usually park the car somewhere and then he fall asleep, and that irritates me so much because I cannot lift him. He's so heavy, and if I try to wake him up even for an hour, he won't stand up and he won't walk and he won't get up. And he sleep, like we call it in the Philippines, is like mantikaon. It means like he sleep like an oil. Even if I pinch him, he doesn't wake up. When he sleep, I could hardly wake him up. So what I do is I just leave him alone so he can rest for a while and he can sleep. And that really irritates me so much. I don't like him sleeping everywhere. He have this habit that he can sleep even not in the bed, even in the chair, or even if he's in the summer house or outside the room. Once he feel like sleeping because he's drinking beer, that one is his sleeping pills. He sleeps so fast that really irritates me. But the good thing with it is, even though he fall asleep, he doesn't cause any problem. He just fall asleep. And that's one thing that really irritates me as well. Another thing that really annoyed me with my Palauan husband is just a secret. He chew too much. And for me, chewing is okay because it's a normal practice here in Palau, but too much is not really good. I find him like a very heavy chewer. He chew so heavy, so I keep on telling him to control his chewing, which is, he listen as well, but it's so hard to control it. And it's, I just leave him alone when he's chewing. It really annoyed me when he's chewing too much. Chewing for me is not a big deal. He can chew, but not too much. But it's normal here in Palau that most men are chewing, and I accept it, and I know that it's a habit that it's really hard to break. I don't encourage him to quit, but I tell him to minimize chewing, have a control, not to finish like 2 bags or 3 bags in a day. Just 1 bag is enough for a day, right? The next one that I really hate that really annoys me with my husband is he likes to cook. And every time he's cooking, like when we were not staying in the family house yet and we have our own place, so every time he's cooking, he's like cooking for one barangay or for one hamlet. He cooks like a very big pot of ulam. He cooks a very big pot of fish or chicken tinola. He cooked so much that Joseph and I could not even finish it, and that food you cannot consume it for a day, so we're gonna have a lot of leftovers and it stays there forever, and you know, it's just a waste. I think as we grow older and when we have a family and we have children, we think about how to budget things, especially in food. We usually just in the Philippines, we usually just cook something which is enough for a meal or for the next meal, but not for the next 2 days or 3 days. And that's one thing that really annoys me when he's cooking too much. Because I really want to budget and I don't like the food to be in waste. And I always tell him, don't cook too much, you know. We cannot finish it. Only the three of us here in the house. So why you cook too much? But that's one thing that he was able to control already. He was able to correct it already because he's not cooking as much anymore since we moved to the family house. So even though if he's gonna be cooking a lot, there's a lot of people can share the food, can eat the food with us. Unlike before when we were just in our own place, he cooked too much, and I'm happy because he's a very good cook and he cooked fish and chicken really good. And it makes me very proud as well because he's a good cook. But cooking too much that will last for 3 days is not good enough. I'm not used to keep on eating those heated food. Like a day or two, it's okay. But 3, 4 days, I don't like eating food that way anymore. Another thing that I really hate most or irritates me is during payday. Here in Palau, as a government worker, or even you're working in a company here in Palau, every 2 weeks it's payday, and during payday it's like my husband is making a big haul. Grocery haul, which sometimes we don't really need it, and those things that I prefer to have more cash in my pocket after payday and not to buy most of the stuff in one time, because I really budget the things because it's been a while that I didn't work and I just worked lately. It's been 2 weeks that I've been working, and for me, having cash in my pocket is very important because we have a little boy, and Joseph always asking, especially in the morning before going to school, to buy like pancake or buy some snack to bring with him, and after school he also asked for snacks before going home. So if we're going to have not enough cash because we already make a big grocery buying during payday, it gives me a headache. And I know some people, they really like to buy all they need during payday because that's the time that you really have some cash with you. But for me, I don't like to buy the things in one time because I don't like to buy the things one time because I wanted to have more cash in my pocket than to have more goods in the house which we don't usually use. Sometimes there are some things that which are not really in need to buy, like snacks which are not really healthy. And because Joseph and Alfred, they like to have snack all the time, so I end up like buying 5 different kinds of crackers like that, or buy some soda, which really not the way I want to budget our money for 2 weeks. So I think you guys understand what I really meant. So it's really hard to be a mother, especially when you have a limited budget. So I'm trying to squeeze our budget that will last us for the past 2 weeks before we run out of cash. Another thing that really irritates me with my Palauan husband, if you're from Palau, maybe you know my husband. He's very quiet guy. Being quiet, it makes me wonder why he's quiet. Is there something wrong? Why he's very quiet? But after how many years, I already accept it that he's a quiet man. But when he have a beer or two, he's more than talkative than me, because I'm a very extrovert person and I find my husband really introvert, and he goes out and see my Filipino friends and party with them when it's his day off. But during weekdays, normal days, when it's not his day off, he's very quiet in the house. And sometimes too much silence makes me like crazy. So much silence makes me like I'm alone, so I really hate it. Then I will start making a conversation with him, which is he's good about it as well, but I really have to ask him some question or start the conversation before he's going to continue the conversation. So for me, too quiet, it irritates me, you know. I know most of us like to have PQ, which is peace and quiet, but for me, too much PQ, it's a little bit irritating. Okay, the next one, the last one that I really hate most or really annoys me with my Palawan husband is he spoil our son too much. I was raised in a very disciplinarian family back in the Philippines. My father always say no to things that we really want, not the one that we really need. But with my husband here in Palau, as a father, he spoiled Joseph too much. When I said no to Joseph, and he will say, "No, Rungal, you can't do it. You can have candy." And I always say to Joseph, "No sweets, no candies before meal." But he will say to Joseph, "Okay, you can have candy as long as you eat rice." And that's one thing that we always have an argument about it, because if I give Joseph some sweets before eating rice, he's not gonna have an appetite to eat rice and vegetable and meat anymore, because he already have a sweet first. So for me, making Joseph listen to me when I say something like simple things, he always go against me, which is, I think it's not really in a bad way, but he makes Joseph really spoiled. And that's one thing that we always discuss together. We always have an argument about it, but at the end of the day, we settle things in a good way. So basically, the things that really irritates me is just minor things. It's not really a big deal. And I think in every relationship, there's always something that you really have to fix and talk about it. It's not really a major problem. There's no really perfect relationship, but you can make it perfect in your own little way. And to put God in every relationship is a very good thing to have harmony at home. And so far, we're fine with it. And it's normal to have some misunderstanding as a family, as a couple. But at the end of the day, if you talk about it and you fix it, the next day you will be fine. It's all about sacrifice, understanding with each other. It's either him or me will be the one to fix it first and talk about it, and apologize whoever who is wrong. And even if I feel that he's the one have the fault first, but because I wanted to have PQ in the house and I don't want to make everything complicated, I'm always the one who's going to apologize. Nothing wrong if you will apologize. And always remember to put God first in every relationship, and God will direct you and crown your effort with success. Thank you guys for watching. I hope I spread good vibes today. Please don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell. And also you can join my channel here in Island Halfcast. Thank you. Bye everyone. God bless everyone.